So I am breaking out really bad. You can't see it. It's all over here. It's all over here. I am out of my Mary Kay facial scrub, so I'm going to make my own exfoliator. It's going to be an enzyme exfoliator. So basically that means I'm going to be chemically eating the skin off of my face rather than scrubbing the skin off with like particles like sugar or sand or grit. And this is going to be really simple. I mean, you're going to kind of crap yourself at how easy this is, and you've been spending all of this money at fancy salons or spas or wherever you buy your face products or your skincare stuff. So pineapple, it has bromelain in it. Bromelain is that acid, it's that tingly feeling that you get on your tongue whenever you eat pineapple. A lot of people think they're allergic to it. They're not. Some people actually are. That's kind of too bad for them. I love pineapple. It's delicious. And apparently you're supposed to eat pineapple on a regular if you want to be more appealing to your mate, or at least taste better. So on that note, I have a pineapple. I also have some pineapple already pre-cut up from a couple of days ago. I've been nomming on it, so I'm not going to worry about cutting into it. So now that we've cut up our pineapple, that looks awful. Delicious. I'm going to put it in my blender. This blender was made in like, I think the 70s or 60s, or whenever blenders were invented. And I kid you not, this thing has more juice on it than something that they have at Starbucks or wherever you get your fancy Frappo Whippuccino things. I have this fancy stuff called xanthan gum. I'm going to zoom in on that and take it out of the baggie maybe. Xanthan gum. They use this in a lot of the gluten-free baking because it mimics the gluten, captures the air that's given off by like the yeast and the gases from your baking sodas or your baking powders, sodium bicarbonate, aluminum bicarbonate. It goes by a bunch of different things, but ultimately it's just chemical interaction and it makes air. That's how you get fluffy bread. But this stuff, this xanthan gum, it gets thick when it gets in like cooler temperatures. You don't want to cook the pineapple because it'll break down the bromelain and you're not going to have that great of an effect. You can use things like arrowroot or cornstarch to thicken creams, gravies, sauces, whatever. But for this purpose, I want to use the xanthan gum because I don't want to break down the bromelain. I'm actually only going to use like a teaspoon of this per that amount of pineapple that I have. I'm going to turn this on really quick, so it's going to make a lot of noise. I'm going to get it nice and like, I don't know, whatever you want to call it. Let's watch. That was kind of a bust. It didn't whip as good as one of the other bits that I've had in the past. So I've got my knife out. I'm just going to chop, throw it back into the blender. And don't ever forget your top because stuff comes flying out. And I'm going to rinse off my fingers again because, again, I got pineapple. I can lick it off, but this is an informational video. If you want those kind of videos, you'll have to go to another website. So, back to the blending. Okay, so now I have basically pineapple pulp. It's not quite juice. I didn't want to add too much water into the mixture to start just because I want it mostly the bromelain, but obviously I'm going to need a little bit of water in it just to get some of this stuff moving around. Usually I make bigger doses of this with much more pineapple, So just a little bit of water from the tap. I'd really recommend distilled water because it doesn't have all the fluoride and all of the bleach and all that weird stuff that's in our drinking water, but it's drinkable. And it's warm too, so it tastes extra warm. So a little bit of water. I'm just doing scant, like no exact measurements. Back to the blender. So that was quick. So now I'm taking my xanthan gum. About a teaspoon will do you for this. I might need a little bit more. Like I said, this is a smaller dose or batch than I'm used to making, but back to the blending. So I tried to show you some of the goo like mixing up in the blender, but bottom line is now I have this really awesome, whippy, fluffy bromelain, aka pineapple facial enzyme exfoliator goodness, and it literally only has, well, 3 ingredients today, but normally 2 ingredients. Okay, this is a lot thicker than wow. Okay, so, hold on. Rubber scraper. So I think this whole endeavor would be a lot easier with like 4 hands, or at least 3. But I scraped all the gunk off the bottom, got it unstuck, and now we're just kind of shaking it out of the blender. And it's so thick, and it's so creamy. And I can't wait to put this all over my face. Just rinsing out the blender. Sugars and stuff. It's how you get ants if you don't clean up after yourself. So yeah, that's it. That is a pineapple, aka bromelain enzyme exfoliator. So if you really wanted to go maybe the extra mile, if you have maybe some like really bad acne or just not having a good time, maybe some tea tree oil, maybe like 9 drops per whatever amount you're going to use on your face. Don't use any more. You can even use something like lavender for soothing. A lot of these other things that I keep seeing on the internet as far as like soap scrubs and the lemon and whatever, don't use those. They're abrasive. They will leave little micro scars all over your skin. It doesn't matter what part of your body you use it on. I mean, your face is really sensitive because the skin is a lot thinner, but just try to avoid salt scrubs in general. Use them for like really heavy duty jobs, like you've got that scaly under elbow stuff going on. I don't. I'm nice and smooth. I'm lucky, I guess. A lot of people, they have really bad scaly feet. Use your salt scrubs. Use the lemon and salt scrub. That's great. Go for it. If you really have to use something scrubby on your face, I'm going to eventually show you how to make a sugar scrub and different variations of the sugar scrub. My favorite one is the chocolate. So basically every time I scrub in the shower, I am bathing in a brownie batter. It's amazing. So I hope you like this, and I will be showing you so much more. Peace easy. Bye.